And welcome to another episode of Todd Talks. When Todd Talks, people listen, hopefully. And we are here today, of course, to talk about the recent death battle that happened between Ultron and Sigma. Now, I'm going to go right into this and say that I was a little disappointed that this was a 2D matchup. I really thought this was a 3D matchup. And usually they give a hint about this. They like show sprites or they talk about this on the forums. The forums have been shut down. And I was checking like Ben's Wiz's profile, and they didn't give any like animation teasers to like the day of or the day before or something like that. So no, that was it. It was on the Death Battle cast. That was it. I saw the Death Battle cast, and they showed that it was going to be a 2D Death Battle and not 3D one. And I was a little disappointed because especially that since they were both in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite as the main bad guys, I thought that they would have been able to get those models, but apparently not. Oh well. I will say this though, I was actually pleasantly surprised with how good the Ultron Sigma battle was in the 2D space. They really made use of the sprites that they had, and they had a lot. And I'm sure, and I know that custom created some of them, like the Sigma face, for those opening shots. But they made use of like the teleporting, the body swapping, the beams, the giant robot fight in the middle with the different versions of Sigma and Ultron. That was actually really well played. Um, I was really surprised by how good the ending was with the Sigma virus versus the Ultron AI. I liked how Sigma was like, "You're more powerful than me, but this was never a battle of the physical." And like he tries to infect Ultron. And I'll admit, when they were doing the breakdown, even though I had picked Ultron, which means I was right, my winning streak continues. Um, Even though I had picked Ultron, I was actually kind of getting a little worried about the Sigma virus because I didn't mention it in my breakdown because I didn't feel that it was important enough because I knew Ultron was a very powerful AI. Um, and yet when they were talking about the Sigma virus and what Sigma could do with it and how he uses it to pass on from body to body, it made me worry that, maybe, Sigma could pull it off. But and then he almost had me worried when they did the whole it's like my infection is complete, and then Ultron goes, "Oh please," that was a really really good moment, and that was actually very pretty, visually, because like with the Sigma head, and then like when he got infected by the Ultron virus, that was just really well done. So I was actually pretty pleased with it all. Um, and the music, oh my gosh, that was really really good soundtrack. It fit perfectly. I'm not gonna stop until you're at Baghdad. Um, that was I liked it. They've been really killing it on the music recently. Hearts of Iron. I was like Devil by Night, and of course Fight Like a Devil. So, well done, Death Battle. Keep up the good music. So, one thing I though absolutely loved was when they did the breakdown of Ultron and they mentioned the Age of Ultron timeline, which I did in my preview. I broke down how Kang had kept throwing wave after wave after wave of heroes and villains at Ultron and lost. And I remember that storyline vividly. That's why I made sure to mention it in my preview. And then Death Battle does the same thing, and it was like, yes, I did accurate research. So that was actually a really cool, fun fan moment for me. So yeah, I'm sure it makes me vain, but what are you gonna do? Let's see. Bad things about the battle. I don't know. It was actually really good. Again, I was initially disappointed because I really thought they were going to be doing a 3D battle, then 2D battle, then 3D for the finale. And then it didn't happen that way. But what are you gonna do? But all in all, this was a good battle. I was very happy with the victor. I was very happy that a lot of my own research had not only got panned out, but made it into the video itself. So maybe I should be on the Death Battle research team. Yeah, another time, I'm sure. But honestly, I would love that. I really would. Um, to be any part of Death Battle would be an honor. Um, but for now, I'll just keep doing these review previews, which is good because for the 100th episode of Todd Talk, we're going to be talking about the 102nd episode of Death Battle, which is, oh so ironically, the Battle of the Perverted Masters. We got Master Roshi from Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, etc., 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 versus Master Jiraiya, however you say his name, from Naruto. And oh my gosh, not the forums, but the YouTube comments are going crazy when they found out about this. It was like, the perverted turtle versus the perverted frog and the perverted masters. And let's think about this for a second, because they said specifically that every single battle in this season was going to be a highly requested death battle, right? And the only ones that weren't were Leon S. Kennedy versus Frank, because that was like top 15%, not 10% like they said they would. And then the other one was obviously Lucy Carnage. So how many people had to vote for Roshi versus Jiraiya, how do we say his name, for this to happen? I mean, think about that. They wanted to see the Battle of the Perverted Masters, okay? So, and that one's no doubt going to be 2D, and that's totally fine. So, yeah, that's going to be a very fun one to research, because I know Roshi very well from my time watching the Dragon Ball anime, and I'm told that in the manga he actually is even more powerful. And then Jiraiya is obviously one of the masters of Naruto, so he had to be a master somehow. So he obviously has got skills. So, but yeah, that's going to be a very fun death battle. And with that, I am ending this 99th episode of Todd Talk. What did you think of Ultron versus Sigma? Did you like that it was 2D instead of 3D? What did you think of the battle music? I really want to hear your thoughts on that. And of course, what do you think about the absolutely insane death battle that we're going to get next time? Do let me know. So, I thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I know you're listening, and I'll see you around.